morning practice for you today. Of course, it doesn't have to be done in the morning, but these tend to be on the more active, energetic side. So probably not right before bed, but if you need a spurt of movement, 15 to 20 minutes is my goal for these. So you can decide when you feel like that's going to fit into your schedule. And no props necessarily required, but if you wanted to have a block or something handy for various and sundry, of course, feel free. We're going to start with a few rounds of cat-cow on hands and knees. Inhaling into cow, exhaling as we round up into cats. Getting the spine warmed up. Give a good firm press into your hands. Feeling a little bit of activation through the arms, around the shoulders in particular. Let's do one more round. And then from cat, bring your legs a little closer together, and we're going to sit back on the heels and take your hands down, and maybe you don't lift too much for this, just depending on your ankles, but we're going to try a little knee lift to give a little more stretch to the tops of the feet and the ankles. Knees down, lift both arms, and we're going to lift the hips and shift them to the right. Grab your right wrist, and at the same time, you're letting your hips sit. Give a little pull to the left, feeling some yummy goodness down the right side. And then we'll lift up, take hands down, do another little ankle stretch. Knees down, arms up, hips to the left, grab the left wrist, sit into it and pull. Come back up, hands down. Let's do one more round of that. Ankle stretch. Arms up. Shift to the right, pull the right wrist, lift up, hands down, ankle stretch, arms up, hips to the left, pull the left wrist, come on back up, hands down. From here, I'm going to keep this foot position as we kneel and reach arms up, and then sit and take hands down. So warming up the shoulders a little bit by lifting the arms, warming up the hip flexors. As we bend and then straighten. Okay, and then from here, tuck your toes under, and we'll do the same thing. So we're adding a little bit of a foot stretch as we sit down into it. And then after coming up this time, take your hands to hips, lower back area, just a tiny baby camel. All right, and then we'll stay kneeling, but come up out of that little baby camel. Take hands down to the mat for table. Lift the knees to bear position, a hovering table, and then we're going to twist the lower body from side to side a few times. And then from that hovering table, one leg extends back and back in and back and in. Of course, you could do this with knees down, right? A little easier. One more each side. And then lift the hips down. We're facing dog. Take a moment. Get settled, get acclimated. Wiggle as needed. Okay, we're going to step the right foot forward into a hands down high lunge position, so the back knee is lifted. Right, we're going to do some moving and balancing in between different positions from here. So try to let your hands lift before you take your back knee down and reach the arms up. So there's a little balance challenge. Lift the knees and the hands come back down. Next position is back knee pulls up towards your chest, and then we're going to lift the hands and arms lifting. Come back down to that sort of little crouch. Step back to the ball of your foot. Lift the hands as we take the knee down, arms reach up. Lift the knee, hands down. Pull that back knee in, and then attempt to stand and reach up. Lower back down, step back. Lift the hands, knee down, arms up. Lift the knee, hands down. Knee in, stand, and we're gonna pause up top and attempt to do a little prayer hands twist here-ish. Untwist, take it back down, step back, knee down, arms up, and we'll stay here. Charlie's Angels up top, so fingers clasped but index fingers pointed up, and we're gonna do a little bit of circling here with the torso. Switch directions. And then we're going to take those Charlie's Angels hands into a twist to the right, elbow to the leg. I'm going to move in between this twist into triangle by lifting the knee and spinning open and straightening, reaching up. And then I'll come back down to that low twist. Spin back up, open. Come back down and twist. Spin open. Come down and twist. Last time up to triangle. All right, and then we're gonna lift up and windmill toward the back of the mat. Step into plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, high lunge, hands down. Gonna try all that stuff on the other side, we'll see what happens. All right, we'll try to let the hands lift as we take the knee down and reach up. Knee lifts before the hands come down. Maybe, right? Adjust as needed. Back knee pulls forward. Attempt to stand, knee up, arms up. Lower back down, hands down, step back. Hands lift, knee down, arms up. Back down, knee forward. Trying to stand. Lower down, step back. Hands lift, knee down, arms up. Knee lifts, hands down. Back knee forward, attempt to stand and balance. Lower back down. Step back, hands lift, knee down. Knee lifts, hands down. Knee forward, stand, and this time we'll attempt a little prayer twist. Untwist. Woo! Lower down. Send that foot back. Hands lift, knee down. Charlie's Angels up top. Do some circling. Switch directions. And then we'll find that twist from here. Elbow to the leg. And then we'll lift up and spin open into triangle. And then back down to that lunge twist. Triangle. Lunge twist. Triangle. Lunge twist last time. Triangle. Lift up. Pivot back toward the top of the mat. Step into plank. Inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. All right. More dynamic movement here. This time our sort of taking off point will be a down dog split. So let's do right leg up. And then we're going to bring that knee toward the left wrist and kind of spin to the left to sit for a revolved head to knee pose side bend for a moment. And then we're going to lift back up and go back into our split down dog and do that a few times. down dog split. We're gonna roll to the left for a wild thing, and then back up. And then wild thing, and back up. And wild thing, and back up. And then from here, pigeon, knee to the right. Take your back knee down and lift your arms up, reach up. Hands down, back to down dog splits. Pigeon shape, knee down, lift up. Hands down dog splits. Pigeon, knee down, arms up. Last time, down dog splits. From here, we're gonna take that knee straight toward the right wrist. Keeping the right toes tucked under, lower down to your elbows and rest your belly on your right thigh. Take your back knee down. Bend your back knee and lift your foot like you're trying to squeeze something between your hamstring area and calf area. And then we're gonna try to lift that back leg. And it should be pretty challenging a few times. Keeping belly to thigh. Next time it's up, extend it, put the toes down, walk up to your hands, and then we're gonna lift the hips and straighten both legs and walk it back to something resembling pyramid. Ooh. From here, I'm gonna walk to the left and spin my feet toward the back of the mat. Bend both knees, hook the right knee behind the left leg, half Lord of the Fishes twist. Ta-da! I'm twisting. I'm going to keep my left foot planted, hopefully, and lift up to a standing splits position. Instead of a down dog split, right, a standing split, more of a forward fold. And then I'm going to take a big step back with that right foot, plant the hands, and I'm going to go to down dog, left leg up splits, and switch sides for that whole sequence. Left leg up, and then knee toward that right wrist, and spinning for that seated side bend, lift back up, down dog splits, knee to the right, spin open, sit and side bend, lift up, knee to the right, open, sit and side bend. All right, and this time, from our down dog splits, gonna roll to the right, wild thing, and then back to our down dog splits. Wild thing, down dog splits. Wild thing last time, down dog splits. Pigeon shape, knee down, lift up, right arms up, hands down, push up, down dog splits. Pigeon, back knee down, lift up, hands down dog splits. One more time, pigeon. Lift up, hands down dog splits, and then knees straight behind that left wrist, tuck the left toes, lower to elbows, belly on the thigh, back knee is down. We'll bend that back leg, keeping belly to thigh. Try lifting the back leg a few times. Try being the operative word. It's pretty hard. All right, lift, extend the back leg, come up to your hands, walk it up, lift the hips, press the leg straight into pyramid-like shape. All right, we'll start to spin to the right, and then let the feet turn forward, bend both knees, come to seated, half-forward fishes, twist. What's that name about anyway? Half Lord of the Fishes. Crazy name. All right. And twist, right foot planted, standing splits. Big step back, and this time we'll step into plank. Inhale, and let's lower all the way down. Reach your right arm out beside you, roll to the right. Roll down and to the left. Roll back down. Let's press into child's pose. From there, any variation that feels good, knees wider, knees together. Let's take a moment to let the breath settle. Okay, woo! That was a doozy. I hope that you feel a little bit more energized and ready for your day, whatever it may bring. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to practicing with you again soon.